So, really good leaders, really understood. I don't know, stuff with these, they all take on you had to go down from the number that we have, the phone, like, thousand, still seven, that's what I believe. Do we know this was from? I don't know, I do. Possible? Oh, impossible. Perfect town hall, one. Yeah. Yeah. So you hear the kids like, yeah, let's see it. Okay. Is there anything happening? We're walking. Join me in prayer as we gather to share our meal with our fellow Rotarians and our Rotarians and our guests. Let us pause and reflect on our purpose for participating. We gather in fellowship and we participate in our club to benefit our community and to leave a positive mark on the world in which we live. Amen. Thank you. Yeah, this. Get sorry. How's everybody this morning? And we're acting now. And I see a lot of Hawaiian church out there. That's thank you. So I said, I'll try and get that thing out. Yeah, so I'm gonna give you a 10 so we are at about 6 okay, and we do have a couple of guests. Brenda, would you like to introduce your guest? There's one right down.
I would like to introduce my friend and neighbor, Jasmine Clinton.
All right. Good.
There's one more guest in the corner. Don, would you like to introduce the third time offender?
This is listening from the Hope Garden Inn. This is her third visit, so guess what? Enjoy.
Yes. I'm here.
Thankful. Special announcement. No, I think, Brian, did you want to go ahead now?
It's up to you, Mr. President. I guess that's yes.
Special announcement. Brian, and Doug. Which is mentioned.
Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we do have a new Rotarian to introduce to you today. Alexandria Womack, will you please rise and be recognized? Just stand up for a second there. Alex, as she likes to be called, was born in West Jefferson but raised in Troy, Ohio. She attended Troy High School and participated in track and field and gymnastics and theater. She lived in South Carolina for a time. She was building a dance gymnastics company there. In 2020, she became the business director at a senior living center, was promoted to executive manager. Recently, she took a few steps back to become the marketing director at the Villages at the Green in order to start a gymnastics dance studio in downtown Dayton. Their students' ages range from 2 to 15. Now, hers is a rec program. Now, the difference between that is there's competitive dance and gymnastics, which is quite taxing on the parents' schedules. And then there's the rec version, which is much more fun, I'm sure. They hold 2 recitals per year with their students. Now, she has a few hobbies. Ready? Golf, fishing, hunting, soccer, dance, music, painting, reading. I'm not done. Film and woodworking. So the only hobbies I didn't see, the hobby I didn't see was building model rockets, which is apparently Steve's thing. Then I asked about the most famous person she ever met. She actually received backstage passes 2 years ago for REO Speedwagon. So she met the band back there. Alex has a almost 7-year-old Theo. She's very excited and ready to pitch in. So Sandy's not here, but we'll make sure Sandy puts you to work. And that's who her Rotary sponsor is. So Alex, you may be seated. These words apply not only to our new inductee, but to all of us. Membership in Rotary is a privilege. Members are given the opportunity to become more involved in the community and provide aid to all parts of the world. Now, involvement is the key to getting most out of your membership. Volunteer to serve on a committee. These activities will help you get to know your fellow Rotarians, along with learning and developing leadership and organizational skills. Beavercreek is the service club of choice that makes Beavercreek the perfect community that it is today. Now, Rotary members are expected to attend our regular meetings and make up by visiting neighboring Rotary clubs. So, we have Fairborn Rotary. I believe they meet on Wednesdays at TJ Chump's. Senior Rotary meets on Tuesdays at noon out at the YMCA area there. And other various and sundry Rotary clubs around the area. They expect a prompt response from your quarterly invoice. If you don't do that, Eric will be calling you. Participation in the Paul Harris Fellow Program, but most importantly, involvement in our club activities. Leaders are doers, not watchers. We have a ton of opportunities to serve with this club, including our annual dictionary project, Christmas baskets delivery, and many others. I think we'll hear about one later today. We recognize and award our members for perfect attendance, participation in the Paul Harris Fellow Program, past presidents of our club, and service on our board of directors. Now, perfect attendance means that you either attended all of our meetings, or when you can't make a Friday meeting, you make up at a different location. Paul Harris Fellows are recognized for having donated $1,000 or more to the annual programs fund, Polio Plus, or the humanitarian grants programs. Some of our Rotarians in this room have achieved multiple Paul Harris awards. Membership in Rotary is indeed an honor and a privilege. Treat it with respect and dignity. Wear your Rotary pin everywhere with pride. Most importantly, practice the principles and values of Rotary in your daily business and personal life. The motto of Rotary is quite simple: service above self. We expect that you'll be involved in our club. That's why you've been invited to join. Rotarians are leaders, have the desire to improve the community and world around us. So at this time, Alex, will you please come forward? Do you have a guest with you? Michael, welcome. Come on up with her. Mr. President, we'll let Michael do the pinning, but you might as well come up too for the photo op, I think.
Hello, Mike. Nice to meet you. I'm glad you can make it.
So, Michael, this is a magnet pin.
Perfect.
I would just hand it to her and let her install it.
That's okay. I understand it.
And here is the coveted Rotary shirt that you get.
From now. Sure. Here's a YouTube article. Go ahead. Put the pin on her. I don't know. And it's fine. It's nothing to worry. What are we going to do for? We can hold up the installation.
My fellow Rotarians, introducing our newest Rotarian, Alex Womack. Oh, glad to have you. Michael, nice to meet you. There you are, sir.
Thank you, Brian. Appreciate that out of your way.
Very good.
I don't know if I'm putting any glare on anybody there. Couple announcements. Monday, we're going to be installing the flags in Beavercreek High School at 4 p.m. And that is Monday on the 29th. We'll be taking the flags down on July 6th at 4 o'clock also. So anybody that can be free and be there to help, we'd appreciate it. It does take a little bit of time, but it doesn't take too long. When we get a nice crowd, it doesn't take long at all, really. Maybe an hour. And Jim, oh yeah, Jim's on that. Okay. Any special announcements?
I have a really quick one. I just found out today that the July 4th parade is going to be inverted. They're going to start at the high school and end up somewhere up the street, probably in the middle of construction. So I just learned that from the Parks Department today.
Well, that's interesting.
Yeah.
Do you know what time they are supposed to?
I saw 6 p.m. is the parade start.
That's at 6. So I'd be there about 4:35.
Yeah, 5 o'clock at least to get lined up. I think I'll get that aside.
Okay, thank you. I had missed that.
Parade starts at 6. So there's stage.
Chris, you're Sergeant.
Thank you, sir. I know you all are holding your applause, and this is my last sergeant at arms. All right. Hello again to all of our fellow Rotarians, and hello again to our guests, Blessing and Jasmine, and of course our newest member, Alex. And welcome again to the Rotary Club of Beavercreek. And I know there's been a ton of great Disney characters, but obviously with any subjective ranking system, there can only be one greatest of all time. And today we recognize that character with it being National Stitch Day. All right, moving on to some birthdays and anniversaries. We've got a handful of them since we won't be meeting next week. Go ahead and get those out of the way as well. As you can tell today, Beth Handwerker is not here because she is obviously celebrating her birthday, not with us, but obviously somewhere a lot better. We have Dave Dunn celebrating a birthday on the 2nd of July. Partner birthdays, David Hayes will be celebrating his birthday on the 8th. And Shannon, I'm sure you know your wife will be celebrating her birthday on the 9th. We've got some club anniversaries. John Hebrink will be celebrating 19 years on the 29th. We have Ron Folker celebrating 23 years on the 30th. Barbara Damari celebrating 31 years on the 1st, along with Todd Figgins doing 9 years on the 1st. And Bob Pachoy also doing 9 years on the 1st. And Matt Bonch celebrating 5 years on the 1st as well. So it looks like July 1st was a great year, or a great month of daily for a member of Rotary. And wedding anniversaries, Randy, I'm sure you're well aware you have an anniversary coming up. So happy early 28 years to you and Michelle. Eric, your wife will be celebrating 32 years on the 4th. Bob Pachoy will be celebrating, I didn't give me a year or a date. How many? 60. 60 years. And then our virtual guest, Carrie, will be celebrating 38 years with her husband on the 9th. Some fun or good things that happened today in history. Going back to 1945, the Inspirational United Nations Charter was signed by 50 countries over in San Francisco. 1960, Madagascar, the country, not the movie, gained its independence from France. In 1997, the first installment of the Harry Potter book series, Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone, was published in the UK. That book reached the top of the New York Times list of the best-selling fiction book in August 1999 and stayed near the top of that list for most of that year and the following year. It has also been translated into 73 other languages, which I don't think the library has all 73, but we have the English one, I'm sure. It has also sold over 120 million copies worldwide, making it one of the top-selling books of all time. In 2000, the rough draft of the map of the human genome was unveiled, which was an international effort proposed and funded by the US government, and it proved that DNA of any two individuals is 99.9% identical. That 99.9% finding was a landmark project that revealed human beings are fundamentally alike at the genetic level, with that tiny 0.1% variance dictating individual differences like disease susceptibility, or more commonly known as being a Michigan Wolverine fan. 2013, the U.S. Supreme Court struck down the Federal Defense of Marriage Act, declaring that same-sex couples deserve equal rights to the benefits under federal law. And then following that, 2 years later, the Supreme Court also agreed that the Constitution protects the rights of same-sex couples to marry no matter where they are in the U.S. Coming up, starting tomorrow, you can definitely celebrate International Pineapple Day. And of course, this is another reminder that pineapple does belong on pizza. It's also it is also National Bingo Day. Sunday, we got National Insurance Awareness Day. And if you want to hear some horror stories of insurance, you can talk to Pete about that. And if you have questions about insurance, Brian Lamp is the guy to ask all those questions. Sunday is also a national Tapioca Day. Monday, we have National Camera Day. And if you work from home and have children, it's also Please Take My Children to Work Day. Tuesday, we have Social Media Day along with National Corvette Day. Wednesday is National Creative Ice Cream Flavors Day, which to me, I don't know if it gets any more creative than Friendly's ice cream, when you could go to the restaurant and buy a box of watermelon sherbet and it looked like a slice of watermelon with chocolate chips and everything, and I don't think anything will ever top that, but my own opinion. Wednesday is also National Early Bird Day for all you early riders. Thursday, we have Special Recreation for the Disabled Day, which a big shout out to one of our former speakers, Shane Turping, who obviously is doing wonders in that area. And then if you believe in this kind of thing, Thursday is also World UFO Day. Some things that we can not celebrate, but do this upcoming week. Tomorrow at the Green from 6 to 9 p.m., they will have their summer concert series, which is also an 80s party. And they recommend you dressing up for that decade as well. And then also because of the weather, tomorrow at 10 p.m., the Air Force Museum will have over 500 drones up in the sky for their Lights Over Dayton, a celebration of light. Sunday, Beavercreek has their summer entertainment series, Swing Dance in the Park, with the Voodoo Swing from 7 to 10 p.m. And even if dancing is not your strong suit, definitely showing up and trying something new and enjoying the moment is always a win. And I'm sure there will be someone out there who has more left feet than you do, so no possibility of being embarrassed by trying out swing dancing. Tuesday, a week from Tuesday, our friends at the Chamber will have their monthly lunch local over at Ellie's Restaurant in Xenia starting at noon. And then since now my run sergeant at arms is over, or getting ready to be over, I figured I would drop some facts that don't sound 100% real. They obviously are. So that way, at least you all can walk out of here saying, I learned something from our sergeant at arms. So Cleopatra lived closer to the iPhone and the moon landing than the building of the Great Pyramid. Woolly mammoths were still alive after the Great Pyramid was built. Oxford University is older than the Aztec Empire, as teaching at Oxford began in 1096. Wow. Exactly. The Aztec Empire and the printing press overlapped in time. The last legal guillotine execution in France happened the same year Star Wars came out. Sharks have been around longer than dinosaurs and trees. There are trees alive today that were already growing while ancient Egypt was building pyramids. Traffic lights existed before practical cars. The Eiffel Tower and Nintendo were both created in the same year. And does anyone know what Nintendo started making when they were first founded back in 1889?
Playing cards.
You got it. Also, Nintendo is older than the zipper being common and the Wright brothers' first flight and radio broadcasting. Anne Frank, Martin Luther King Jr., and Barbara Walters were all born in 1929. Marilyn Monroe and Queen Elizabeth II were also born in the same year and coincidentally met when they were both 30 years old. Betty White was older than sliced bread. When Betty White was born in 1922, commercial sliced bread appeared in 1928, and sliced bread is younger than Mickey Mouse. Conceptually speaking, Abraham Lincoln could have sent a fax. The Wright brothers' first flight happened only 66 years before the moon landing. So when you think about it, aviation went from 12 seconds of being in the air to landing on the moon in one lifetime. A person born when Facebook was launched is now college age, and Facebook was exclusively for college students when it launched. And then a day on Venus is longer than a year on Venus. Botanically speaking, bananas, tomatoes, cucumbers, and eggplants are all berries, and strawberries are accessory fruits. Alaska is both the westernmost and easternmost U.S. state. And then finally, Antarctica is the driest, windiest, coldest, iciest, and highest continent. So now our favorite part, fines for today. If you're not wearing your badge, that'll be $1. If you were late, which I didn't see anybody, that'll be $1. If you have ever ate or drank tapioca, which comes in everyone's favorite bobo tea, that'll be $1. I know there's $1 coming from over here because if you have not had delicious pineapple pizza, that's $1. David, time for some happy bucks.
Thank you, Dick.
Well, sir.
Appreciate it. He said his last one. Long, that's not good. I like those facts.
Yeah.
Well, there's one he said, man. So,
So I'm gonna have you, I mean, I haven't said, today will be kind of last Rotary Club meeting. For those who really miss him, he's leaving sometime on the 8th of July to return to, Brazil. And in memory of that, and because of that, I mean, because we don't have a speaker today, he's prepared a 40-minute address. Gratitude and thanks for coming here as an exchange student. Kynan, it's all yours.
yeah. Are you ready for that 40 minutes now?
You say so.
It's very serious.
He's serious. He's serious. Not a plan.
Well, actually, I think that I'll understand that you need to at some point. It's been fun knowing you and having you here.
Thank you.
There you go.
Well, first of all, thanks, Eric. Well, I just want to thank you all for just like supporting me and helping me while I was here living this year with you guys. It was really a great experience being here and just learning about your culture and just how you guys think. And I was able to grow a lot here and be independent, like being away from my parents and my family. Like I had to do things on my own, so that was quite an experience. But it was also really good, and I had a great time here. And honestly, I don't want to go back at all. I wish I could stay here. It's way better. But yeah, there's a couple more weeks left, then I have to go back. Sorry.
I was gonna say, make sure you leave your address so when we come to Brazil, we got someplace to stay.
Oh yeah.
You owe us at least a night's stay.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, so I just want to thank you all and thank Rotary for making like this dream come true because it was really a dream when I got here. And just thank you guys for all you've done for me and all the other exchange students that came here or are going outside of the country. Uh, you guys are really, really helpful, and I just want to thank you all.
Eric has adopted you yet?
Couldn't lake this week, so we'll see after that. I'm taking him to the lake and I can't drown him because he's a swimmer.
Couldn't you happy about this any more happy?
Plus, I think the lake's only about waist deep.
Well, I think because, less than 2 years ago, I started this new company that does water, smoke, mold mitigation services. And my brother and I worked really hard at it, and Chris helped out a lot with that. And so starting on July 1st, we're expanding and opening a Columbus office as well. Exciting. Appreciate all the support.
Wow.
Wow.
Yes.
Yeah, I threw in a couple of happy bucks. The wife and I just got back from a trip to the Northern National Parks, from Mount Rushmore all the way to Yosemite and Grand Tetons. And it was fabulous. We saw all kinds of animals.
Nice name. Exciting trip. Yeah, you have your hand up too?
I put in 2 happy books. One of them, after work tonight, we're gonna surprise one of my friends with a trip to Gatlinburg for his birthday and his first year as a Father's Day. And so we're gonna spend the weekend in Gatlinburg, and then another one because some other friends were going to London on Wednesday. Maybe aware that Share the Daily News does the best of, and they have different categories. And we found out this morning that the Fairborn Community Library won the best mural in the Dayton area. If you have not seen the mural, the library downtown Fairborn, it's fantastic. A local artist by the name of Tiffany Clark did it, commissioned by the city of Fairborn. And it's just, it's a great background if you ever need a photo op.
Fantastic.
So my oldest daughter officially finished her year playing fast pitch softball for Beavercreek. I would say I was a little nervous for her because the past couple of years she played Little League baseball, so a little nervous about the adjustment and all that, but she definitely transitioned and did very well, especially at the end of the year. Her team did very well. In the tournament, they went 1-1. Unfortunately, they lost the last game, elimination and all that. But I will say it was often seeing her play and all the other girls play and just the camaraderie and all the excitement. Downside is if you have not experienced girls fast pitch softball, you will have the chance etched into your memory for a long time. I still hear them over and over and over and over. Before your little ones get in there, just be prepared. Gonna be reciting many, many different cheers. Very, very loud.
And you get to see them, their expertise grows and get better at the game. The kids figure it out. Yes, sir.
I'll throw a happy buck at what the hell everybody else is talking. If you guys have not done this, this is definitely a bucket list thing. My wife and I was just out driving around last night. We heard the most hellacious thing I've ever heard in my life, and so we had to investigate. We get over to Killcare, and they're doing these jet cars. We pull up right as they pull this big semi with this massive jet engine on the back. We're standing at the trail at the end. All of a sudden, flames go burning through this pit. I mean, it was amazing. It was the most incredible thing. If you've never done this, they do it every July. So put it on your calendar next July. Go see the jet cars at Killcare.
Isn't that wicked here, Mom? It's like wicked here. I've never seen them on TV.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's whatever it is now. Nobody knows what that is. You guys all know what Killcare is.
Anybody else have any happy bucks? I got
I got a fire for you, Josh. You'll never guess what my happy about yet.
Yeah.
I don't mean it that way. I definitely not that way. You know, I've enjoyed the year so far. Well, today is the last day, so yes, I've enjoyed this year. I appreciate everybody wearing their Halloween Hawaiian shirts. You've taken the time to get your one. Maybe you have to go buy one. But there's probably a dozen in here today. And I really want to thank you for that. I don't know if Joe's gonna want to do that or not, but you can still wear the white shirt, so that's okay. Well, I guess I ought to do the drawing. Somebody might want to know who wins.
David, I have a question for you as the outgoing president. How many days until Halloween?
127. Off the rib. Not that I can.
Draw and go there.
I think you've got it.
Oh, yeah. Good question, sir.
We're supposed to put the
6-5 here.
number. It will deal with, but then I did you got. I don't know, that's. It was 5.
Yeah.
John, on that, Joe. 5.
Yeah.
What is that? What is it?
Did you buy it? Popcorn dollars. Well,
What should be going on? Draw this. Let's figure it out.
Hey, 211. Kind of short even work. Okay. The speaker today, I guess that's me. Since we don't have anybody speaking. You know, we've heard a lot of good speakers this year, I think. We have Mike and Pete and Matt, and thanks for that, for getting all these good people, with all their information. I've been thrilled with some of the stuff I've never heard before. And I'm BG before Google. I told my grandkids that a couple of times. They just look at me stupid. I said, we didn't always have Google. I'm before Google. They get a kick out of some reason. Think I'm old. Oh, I am. Yeah. This past year has been, I think, not super busy, but a busy year. We've done several food drives, crammed the cruiser. Remember that at the Kroger's? We stuffed that cruiser full of food. I've got my list over there, Mike, or Shannon. All the food lists we had from last week, or from a couple of weeks ago. We decorated the cabin at Waterdew Park, and you know, for Christmas, and we're planning on doing that for Halloween this year. Working with the city and the historical society about doing some kind of a haunted trail for the whole thing. Because normally there's several trunk or treats around the area, and I was talking to Erin, she's over the parks, and we come up with that idea. She was happy with it. So you'll be hearing about that for somebody needs some people to decorate. Be there to man the place or scare the people or whatever it is
So what we do, I really don't know for sure yet, but we'll be working on it. We've helped Jim several times on his Flags for Heroes. That's always probably a highlight for me. I like doing that, putting the flags up, taking them down, and telling people about it, and hearing people respond back to us. A friend of mine said, "We should go over to Big Hope Church this past week." I said, "Yeah." He said, "It was pouring rain." I said, "Yeah." He said, "You guys were out there working." "Yeah." We had to put the best
Jim's a slave driver.
cracking the big whip. But I just hope we hadn't given up. That was amazing to do that much for. We should do more for our veterans. I mean, that's just a good thing for our veterans out there, and for other people that's responsible. Oh, what else have we? I'd like to thank the members for showing up and coming here and putting up with my idiosyncrasies. I'll put it that way, without complaining. Well, maybe on your breath. Don't matter. Don't count as that. But thank you. And I have to thank the board too for all their help and keeping things going. If I forget something, they remind me. Try to keep me on time. Okay. I'm not good for staying on time or being honest. But it's been fun. And Joe is able. No, I'm he's with the youth group somewhere. I don't know if it's church camp. Or is it church camp? I think it's a church camp, but anyhow. That's why Joe's not here to take over. He'll be here in July 10th, hopefully. No, we won't be here July 3rd because he's already said there's no meeting on July 3rd, so we'll let you know about that. And Don's golf outing, I say Don's golf outing because he did all the work. And we just came and participated and donated and he's gone. Bummer. Did give me everything. But I do want to get a picture of all the wine church today. People that brought their wine church. That's probably the best day so far, I think, numbers wise. But it's been a good year. I've had fun. I've enjoyed it. Sometimes it's a little bit stressful, but you know, I didn't have any hair to start with, so I didn't have any lips. So no big deal. But again, thank you very much. Let's see what time is it. It's a little bit early. You want to get out there? Sure. But thank you again. But welcome to complain or say what's on your mind. Nobody?
Dave, you did a great job.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate it. I tried.
You did.
Thank you.
I tried.
I think you deserve the Hold My Beer award because every time somebody said something about food, brother, you jumped on it. We did a lot of food this year.
Yes, we did. Yes, we did. Good.
You have a quiet disposition about you. You're very humble. I want to make sure everybody here knows that I asked him if he wanted to come out to Ryla for 3 days in the woods to be with the teenagers, and he showed up. And he was with them the whole time. And I threw him in the middle of an Olympic. We have an Olympics game where it requires you to count things quickly because they're on a time crunch. And he was surrounded by all of these teenagers yelling, "Hurry!" And he maintained his cool. And I'm just so impressed with how you handled that whole situation and for being so patient and inspirational to those students.
Oh, thank you. Those kids are great to work with. They were there, to play the game. It was fun. I can't relate that. I used to have a lot
Mike used to say I had a patience to go, but I don't know about that anymore. That way it's there after a while. But again, thank you. Shannon, congrats, thank you very much. Yes. Anybody else have anything they want to bring up? Eric?
I just want to say that Rotary is supposed to be something that you do that's fun. It's not an obligation. It's not a job. It's not something that you do because you have to. You come because it's fun. If it's not fun, membership goes down. And for the last year, Hawaiian shirts and shorts have been a lot of fun. We're not a stuck-up club. We're not one where if you don't walk in a jacket and tie, people look down on you. And you've made it fun. And I hope that Joe coming after you keeps it fun because that's why we're here. Thank you.
I agree. Thank you. I wanted to make time because there's nothing worse than sitting in a boring meeting, you know, if you're trying to keep your head up, stay awake. And I'm glad you had some fun.
So I'll kind of piggyback off what Eric said. I recently had lunch with Carolyn from the Beavercreek Project who spoke here this year. And to kind of echo what Eric said, she went to another Rotary club, and when she went to sit down as a guest, she was told by a gentleman in a suit, "That's my seat." So she was very put off by that comment, but she said, with our club, we were all very welcoming. She enjoyed being here. The atmosphere was great. And she plans on coming back again, either as a guest or a speaker in the near future. So, got what Eric said.
Fantastic. That's glad to hear that we are recognized for being laid back, not stuck here. So, anybody else? Wow. Like I said, y'all want to raise it? I want to get a picture of everybody with the Hawaiian shirts at the end here. Did you got a minute? Joe riding the pledge? Oh, yeah. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice. I got to one more thing. Don't make it want to save that for next time. Hit the bell, got to put my name back on. Great. Very careful. I agree. You want to see your triggers? Yeah. Fine. Yeah. It's very fun when we're in check to ground, yeah. But go ahead and I need you to get a confidence, go to the years. Yeah, but we're just days. They look. Sure, that's something we want to. The water. Sherry, take the camera. Shot first off up here, brother. We did 2 rows. Okay.
Jesse!
Wait, let me.
Get us all in? That's right. Everybody smile like you're having fun. Look this way. Everybody put your hands up in the air. Way! All right.
Yeah.
Sorry. Trying on
It's a one of a kind.
Yeah.
Sir, the last thing of public authorization to buy is the laptop.
Michael.
That's not going through now. Fair. That's good, that's good. Pretty better. We bought it during the airport. Okay, hang in there. Screens, nothing's wrong with this. All right, so while we need it, yeah. Thank you. Yeah. Eric, does that need help?
Yeah, I can't even.
Yeah.
Yes, I have. Yeah.